We have news. We have news. Unfortunately, very bad news that's being reported by CNN reporter Nuran Saladin. Four Muslim men that obviously like stay in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Albuquerque, New Mexico, has been slain. The earliest murder was back in November, I believe. November 20th, around November 26th, I believe. Let me just check this out. It's like they're reporting ambush-style shootings of three Muslim men and the recent killings of a fourth in Albuquerque have alarmed the city's Muslims community and triggered warnings of mosque goers and police as police investigate the shootings may be linked. So they're targeting Muslims now. Obviously, someone has in my world, someone activated this asset. Now, they also said here that one of the men, the latest one, get his name, the latest gentleman who was shot, murdered, attended the mosque. Attended the funeral at the mosque, and he ended up getting murdered. The recent one. So, it's terrible news, man. And I think, CNN is reporting it, but there needs to be more of a mainstream push in the forefront. I'll check later on to see if Fox is reporting on it. But their credibility is kind of suspect. But there should be more of a mainstream story because obviously it's either some type of hate crime. I know it's no motive yet because they don't have a suspect. They did reported the FBI is investigating some sedan vehicle, a dark silver sedan vehicle. I don't know the make, but it's just an unfortunate incident as you should be alarmed by it. So the killings of Muhammad Amande, 62, Muhammad Azad Hussein, 27, Astab Hussein, 41, and the latest one was Naheem Hussein, 25. All have one commonality. The victims were all Muslims and of South Asian descent, according to Albuquerque police. So they need to share more light on this because this is not acceptable. And obviously, it's probably someone, as they were saying in the reporting, that frequent that community. And so he's probably still in that community somehow. So they got their work cut out, the authorities, but they need to really handle this one because it's not good. It's not good at all. And so now everyone has to keep, like I keep saying, keep your head on a swivel. Whatever you do, be careful, tread lightly, be mindful of your situation. Set a time frame where you can operate in daylight hours, even though it's still not safe there. But at least you have maybe more witnesses that'll be around, and it can clearly see a face or give a description of a would-be perpetrator. But that's the police job, and that's somewhat the community's job to kind of work in harmony. Those who advocate for peace and harmony. So you have to, make people aware, sort of like a public announcement, alert, because you never know, man. You don't want it to be any of your people that you know. It's bad enough you got 4 people who came to a terrible demise. They all were shot. Apparently, like they said it was ambush shooting. And so the person could have walked behind them and shot him when they wasn't really looking at him or didn't have a chance to react. So, but it's definitely cold blood. So this individual is very dangerous, to say the least. But I don't know. It's someone. I'm under the opinion someone accessed him. Accessed him, or he got access. What do you call that? So he was activated. He was activated. Who he or she, whoever this person is activated. And obviously the Muslims is his target. And what are you gonna do, man? It's just another chapter in this world. But still, these young men had families, and they need to know what happened, and the crime need to be solved. And get this individual who's doing the crime off the streets and put away where they supposed to be at. So, it's a cruel world. It's a cruel world when you are targeted because of race or religion. Just anything. People target you because of your, maybe you're somewhat successful in their eyes and envious, and turns to jealousy and obsession of, your lifestyle, just obsessed by how you move about. And these people become, just kind of like on a zombie state, and they insulate and they isolate it, and all at the same time, if that makes sense. But it's not right. It's not right because you're from a different part of the world, or you're a different race. We're still all human beings, if that makes sense. But obviously, there's still wolves out here. There's always going to be wolves, and the wolves are very crafty and treacherous and just cunning. And you just have to be mindful who you deal with and who you choose to disclose information to, because it can be detrimental if you're not, if you don't have that person completely in your mind, or you feel safe to, you've vetted that person. But you never know. There's a lot of double agents out here, and that's for sure. It's a lot of double agents, so you got to be careful who you deal with. Me myself, I don't like to give too much of a backstory, to someone I hardly know, or someone I just met, in my recent time. But man, you don't get all that information from me. I don't think it's a need to know situation with me. It's a need to know. That's how I operate.